And finally, Victor decides to castle. And guys, this complete setup is known as Pirk defense Austrian attack. And I know some of you might be thinking that here white can push e5, which attacks the knight, but then d takes e5, and if knight takes e5, then obviously black is going to push c5, which is going to deflect this d pawn. So that's why here the best move is to recapture with the d pawn, but then queen takes d1 check, and here black can exchange the queens, and then knight to d5, centralizing the knight. And if white decides to attack the knight, then knight to b4, and you can see what's coming next. And although this position is still equal, but clearly you can see black knight is more active. Okay, so in the game after Victor castles, here Fischer decides to develop his bishop to e2, and you can see he's also preparing to castle. And now Victor brings his knight to b4, and now just look at this knight, which is eyeing the queen side. But now white can continue with bishop to d2 with the idea of queen to c1, so that he can push f5, and then you can see his he can bring his bishop to h6, attacking the king side. But after knight to b4, here Fischer blunders with g4. And yes, he wants to attack the king side, but this also destroys his structure. I mean, now white has created many weak squares, so that's why here Victor instantly grabs the pawn on g4 with bishop takes g4. And now it's better for white to push f5, trying to open up the king side structure, but instead Fischer decides to capture the bishop, and now knight takes g4, and you can see what's coming next. So that's why Fischer decides to grab the knight, but then he just captures. And as you can see now, Victor is targeting the rook, but also he is attacking the knight, and knight to b5. So here Fischer decides to defend his knight. Knight takes a1, knight takes a1, and then queen to c6, attacking the pawn on e4. So to defend this, here Fischer can consider rook to e1, but instead he decides to push And now in this position, instead of capturing the rook, here Fischer can play this amazing move, bishop to g5, attacking the queen. And now I think most of you get the idea. If black captured the bishop, then rook to g1, white can pin the queen. So now how can black proceed from this position? And guys, in this position, black can however go for queen takes g5, allowing the move rook to g1, but then queen takes g1, king takes g1. And you can see white is now a queen up. But at what cost? I mean, just look at the pieces white has. It's like white king is saying, yeah, we finally caught the queen. But where are my all pieces? Just kidding, guys. And obviously after, f takes e4, obviously white can't capture the queen, because then bishop to h2. And in the next move, white has to lose his queen. Okay, so in the game after g takes f5, yeah. So here Fischer decides to grab the rook. Okay, so since this a pawn is now close to promotion, so here Fischer plays rook to g3. He sacrificed his rook, and the idea behind this move is, if bishop takes g3, then knight to d4, attacking the queen. And after, let's say, queen to e3, then knight to c2, attacking the queen as well as the pawn. And if queen takes e4 check, then queen to g2. And although this position is still winning for black, but Fischer think it might get some, it might help. But in the game after rook to g3, the final move by Viktor is, in this position he sacrificed his queen. And his idea is, after knight takes g3, then a2. And you can see now no one can stop this pawn from promotion. And guys, after the move queen takes g3, here Bobby Fischer resigned. What an amazing game by Viktor Korchnoi. Like this video and I will see you in the next one. This is your host Bison signing off. Bye bye.